The Asleepy Seed Secret: Why Fungus Wakes Seeds Faster Than Water Ever Could. At Rootshaven Grounds, we're always digging for the why behind what works in the garden. Most of us were taught that water is the great awakener of seeds. Soak them, keep the soil moist, and nature will do the rest. But if you've ever planted seeds that just sat there, days stretching into weeks, you know water alone doesn't always ring the alarm clock. There's a deeper, older secret at work beneath the soil surface, one that plants have relied on long before bottled fertilizers, seed-starting trays, or even human hands. That secret is fungus, and when you understand how it works, you'll never look at seeds starting the same way again. Seeds aren't sleeping, they're waiting. Seeds don't fail to sprout because they're lazy. They fail because they're cautious. Every seed carries a built-in survival system designed to protect it from germinating at the wrong time. Inside that hard shell is a living embryo surrounded by chemical locks that prevent growth until conditions are perfect, not just wet. Water tells a seed, moisture is available, but fungus tells a seed, life is active here, it's safe to grow. In natural ecosystems, seeds rarely sprout just because rain falls. They sprout when soil biology wakes up, when fungi, bacteria, and microbes begin feeding, breaking down organic matter and releasing chemical signals. Seeds receive confirmation that the environment can support life beyond germination. This is why seeds dropped into sterile potting mix often struggle, while seeds scattered into rich forest soil leap to life. The underground network seeds listen to. Fungi don't just decompose organic matter, they communicate. Their long thread-like structures, called hyphae, weave through soil particles and plant roots, forming vast underground networks often referred to as the soil internet. Seeds are tuned into this network. As fungi feed on decaying leaves, wood, and compost, they release enzymes, organic acids, and growth-stimulating compounds. These substances soften seed coats, neutralize germination inhibitors, and signal that nutrients will be available once roots emerge. Water can hydrate a seed. Fungi activate it. This is why seeds in living soil often germinate faster and more evenly than seeds grown in sterile conditions, even when moisture levels are, exactly the same. Why water alone sometimes fails. So many gardeners soak seeds overnight thinking they're speeding things up. Sometimes it helps, but other times it actually backfires. That's because water alone just can't break dormancy in seeds designed to wait for biological activity. Some seeds require microbial action to degrade their tough outer coatings. Others contain chemical inhibitors that only break down when soil organisms are present. Without fungi and bacteria, these seeds just remain in limbo, hydrated, but unconvinced to sprout. In nature, rainfall is only part of the equation. The real trigger happens when moisture wakes up soil life. Fungi respond quickly to water, growing rapidly and releasing the very compounds seeds are waiting for. This is why, seeds planted into lifeless soil can rot instead of sprout. Water enters the seed, but no biological system supports the next stage of life. Mycorrhizal fungi, the seed's first ally. One of the most powerful players in this process is mycorrhizal fungi. These fungi form symbiotic relationships with plant roots, exchanging nutrients for sugars. But actually, the relationship often begins before the seed even sprouts. Mycorrhizal fungi cluster around seeds, sensing future root systems. They help regulate moisture around the seed coat, protect against pathogens, and prepare nutrient pathways for the emerging root. Seeds that germinate in the presence of mycorrhizal fungi often develop stronger root systems from day one. They establish faster, handle stress better, and grow more vigorously. This is why, honestly, seeds sown in compost-rich beds often outperform those started in sterile seed trays, even when planted later. You don't need a forest floor to harness this power, you just need living inputs. Using mature compost introduces active fungi that immediately begin working. Leaf mold, especially partially decomposed leaves, is honestly a fungal goldmine. Worm castings bring both microbes and the organic matter fungi feed on. Even a small handful mixed into seed-starting soil can dramatically change germination outcomes. Avoid over-sterilizing your soil. While disease prevention matters, completely lifeless soil actually slows germination more than it helps. A balanced, biologically active mix gives seeds the signals they're programmed to recognize. Moisture still matters, but it should activate life, not drown it. Overwatering suffocates fungi, while lightly moist, oxygen-rich soil lets them thrive. One of the most fascinating things about seeds is their ability to test their surroundings. They absorb moisture, sample chemical signals, and decide whether to proceed. In living soil, fungi release compounds that mimic plant hormones, encouraging cell division and root growth. In dead soil, those signals are absent. The seed waits. So, this explains why seeds can actually sit dormant for years until soil conditions improve. They aren't being stubborn, nope, they're being strategic. Honestly, when gardeners complain about poor germination, the issue is often biology, not the seed quality. Faster germination, stronger plants, yeah, that's the real deal. When fungus wakes a seed, germination doesn't just happen faster, it happens better. Roots emerge with microbial partners already in place, which is just awesome. Nutrient uptake begins immediately, and stress resistance is built early on. This early advantage, it really compounds over the life of the plant. Faster establishment means fewer pest issues, stronger stems, deeper roots, and way more consistent yields. At Rootshaven Grounds, this is exactly why we focus so heavily on soil life. Seeds are only as successful as the underground world they're born into. So, if you remember one thing, let it be this. Seeds don't want water alone, they want life. Water is the invitation, fungus is the confirmation. When you build soil that supports fungi, you're not just growing plants, you're restoring an ancient partnership that nature perfected long before gardening advice even existed. And you know this approach works whether you're planting tomatoes, native trees, herbs, or flowers. Living soil shortens waiting time, improves success rates, and really just creates healthier gardens with less effort. Grow with us at Rootshaven Grounds. If this changed how you think about seeds, you're exactly where you belong. Here at Rootshaven Grounds, we explore the hidden systems that make gardens thrive naturally, without shortcuts that weaken the soil. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more deep, practical gardening knowledge. Share this article with a fellow grower who's struggling with germination, and join us as we keep uncovering the quiet secrets beneath our feet.